Hi Nabbona, thank you for your essays. Let's have a look at another batch of these. So the first is the task 1 answer. This is about the popularity of school subjects in Germany. Let's have a look. The pie chart provides information about 7 different favorite subjects in terms of percentages. I would say in percentages in a school in Germany during the year 2017. Yes. Or you can say during 2017. Overall, physical education, closely followed by history, were the most liked subjects, while the most unpopular was IT. Okay, so I wouldn't say you need to capitalize physical education if you're not planning to capitalize all of these subjects, but there's really no need to capitalize subjects in English. Okay, this is a very nice first observation, yes. As regards PE, this many pupils preferred it compared to this much for history. In the former, more students enrolled than in the latter. Okay, good facts, good selection, but I would suggest that we change the wording a bit. I wouldn't say as regards. I would say as far as it concerns, if you want to use as or regarding PE. This many students preferred it as compared to this much for history. You can say in the former case, or for the former subject, this many more students enrolled. No. The students enrolled this many percent more in the former subject than in the latter. I would suggest we change the word order like this. Mathematics and physics, comma, in ascending order, comma, were the third and fourth best subjects after PE and history, comma, respectively. Approximately 1 in 5 students, very good formulation, yes, this is very welcome, enjoyed mathematics in 2017, while fewer than 20% preferred physics. Yes, this is a great range of expressions to report data. Awesome. Like PE and history, there was a difference, like in the case or similar to PE and history, or to the comparison of PE and history. And again, and here you capitalize again. Let's make up our mind and capitalize everything or not capitalize anything. There was a difference of only this much space between physics and mathematics learners. Okay. The subjects with the least number of students, accounting for less than 1 in 10, were biology, geography, and IT, representing this much, and that much, respectively. Okay, a slight difference of only 0.7% was noted between the choice of biology and geography among pupils. No, a scholar is a researcher, a scientist, someone who does research. But a pupil or a student is a young person who studies at school. So this is a very good task 1 answer. This is absolutely great. Great range of vocabulary, great range of expressions to report data, but mind the word order and minor grammatical elements that I have mentioned. Now let's have a look at the essay about part-time jobs. The issue of whether individuals in learning institutions should engage in some form of employment or not has been a subject for debate in the past few years. Yes, absolutely flawless, great. Whereas some argue that school-going students must refrain from any work attracting rewards such as salary, I strongly disagree. You know, school-going student sounds weird because a student by definition is someone that goes to school. And school in the English tradition is anything from kindergarten to PhD. Yes, I have a friend who's doing her PhD now at the age of 40-something, and she's back to school. So that's still school because it's study. So I would drop the school going. So, okay, I really like the formulation here. Just very, very beautiful style. This essay will discuss both the advantages and the drawbacks. I think this is a typo because your grammar is typically really great. And the drawbacks of this topic, I would say, and the drawbacks of this, let's say, choice or alternative, but not topic. because you can discuss the advantage of a topic. A topic is just a topic for discussion of this choice, perhaps, with examples to support arguments from research by the International Labour Organization and Harvard University. Very good. On the one hand, I believe that doubling as an employee and a learner is beneficial to one's future career path. Yes, doubling. This is great. The central reason behind this is twofold. And let's do it like this. You can do it either colon and then writing using a comma after firstly, or let's leave the comma, or you can put a full stop, capitalize firstly, and it's going to be even more efficient because you will be using an alternation of short and long sentences, which shows an appropriate and good, precise range of syntactical or sentence structure. Firstly, people learn about appropriate work ethic early on in life before settling into permanent employment. I just love the quality of the sentence. Impressive. Secondly, most of the job-related, you need a hyphen, expertise can be acquired from engaging in part-time work as a student. Yes. For example, empirical research from the International Labour Organization demonstrated, we can say demonstrates, that 90% of college graduates who had engaged in some internships were of superior work conduct, I would say showed proof or displayed, I wouldn't really use word of conduct, compared to their counterparts who did not what? Who did not show superior work conduct or who did not engage in summer internships, because this did not is very, very dangerously ambiguous. So make sure that you specify who did not what. Of course, you won't want to repeat yourself and say who did not engage in summer internships. So you will need to find an appropriate rephrase for this. Additionally, the study found that although the former were all below 20 years, I would say, of age, they had at least a 5-year internship for, let's say, on their roster, like in their experience and industrial experience according to their chosen field. Yes, therefore it is justifiable to state beyond doubt. You have two structures that basically mean this is so true. So choose one. You can say therefore it can be stated beyond doubt, or we can say beyond doubt, or simply therefore it is justifiable to say that working and studying simultaneously is indeed valuable to one's profession. Yes, just choose one of these, because using both is redundant and excessive. Great paragraph, great writing, great style. Just keep up the great work, and you will if you write like this, of course with the minor corrections that I mentioned, you will be up for a very good band. Again, I don't want to predict, I am not saying, but just as an overall impression, this is a very good style and quality of writing. On the other hand, comma, the major drawback to this, and you really need to say what you mean by this reference word. For example, you say, you give an appropriate synonym to the main element of the topic, is the inability to balance both the demands attached to fulfilling duties in the workplace, that's one word, while trying to obtain a degree, a certificate. Not both the demands, both demands attached. No, this is somehow confusing. Let me try and fix this. On the other hand, the major drawback to working while studying is a possible inability to balance the demands attached. I wouldn't say both. Maybe we could move this both. The demands attached to attached to both fulfilling duties in the workplace and trying to obtain a degree or certificate. Yes, this is because I was trying to see the two things, but you connected them using while, and this cancels out the using both and the demand attached. So you really need to change the wording. Both formulations are fine, but you really have to choose one. I chose this one. I don't know which one you wanted. The main challenge is, I would say the main challenge here is that people may fail to manage university coursework and delivery of services at the place of work. Delivery of services sounds odd. I would say, and let's say provide appropriate work quality in their jobs, something like this. But delivery of services sounds inappropriate here. Oh, beg your pardon. To illustrate, recent research for Harvard University by Harvard University or done at Harvard University found that 1 in 4 students who failed to complete an assignment on time, and you don't need this comma, were struggling to find time for it as they instead had to do night shifts. Anyway, I don't really like this instead here. I have seen people do this before, but this is not very good style. As instead, they had to do night shifts. As instead, they had to do night shifts. Something like this. Consequently, they did not achieve good grades like their non-working counterparts who utilized the evening hours for completing classroom duties. I would say assignments. Classroom duties is more like, like who's on duty today in the class, and it makes me think about school. To recapitulate, from the arguments and examples stated above, no. I would say, to recapitulate, based on the arguments and examples stated above, I firmly believe that an employed student can acquire skills, can acquire skills like appropriate manners of a workplace, in a workplace, and much needed, we need a hyphen here, and much needed experience compared to counterparts. I would say as compared, I'm a big fan of as compared to their counterparts, because you cannot just say counterparts. There, you need to say whose counterparts they are, who prefer concentrating on studies alone. Great. It is predicted that if academies incorporated hours dedicated to wage earning, if when you have complex adjectives like this, you need the hyphen, much needed, wage earning. For learners, most of them will turn out as better employees. Again, it could be predicted that if academies incorporate hours dedicated to wage earning opportunities for learners, most of them will turn out better employees in their chosen professions. Let's try not to use phrasal verbs in academic essays. This is not a very good idea for the style. These will become better employees in their chosen professions. So this is a very, very good quality essay. Yes, I have corrected a lot of minor errors, but even if you write like this, you will still probably get a nice band. But if you work on your error list, make the error list based on my correction, and if you work on your error list and correct and rewrite, like fix these small things, polish all these small errors and slips, I am sure that you will learn invaluable details that will be really useful for you in your further writing. So keep up the absolutely outstanding work, and looking forward to more of your essays.